Did you see Tamika and Tasha getting into it on Instagram?
No, I had seen a little glance of it on that Pillow Talk page, but I ain't tuned into it. What was that about?
Gee, I guess it was over their baby daddies. You know they got their baby daddies. It's the same dude, and they babies are only 6 months apart.
The typical. It's going on.
Niggas.
Tell me about it. Ain't Pillow Talk supposed to be coming on right now?
Oh yeah, Tamika's supposed to be on there. Turn it on.
Oh, we turn it on right now.
Welcome to Pillow Talk. Come sip a little tea and get all of the latest gossip. Wanna hear what he doing, she doing, ain't a problem. Call her Riri, baby, she ready to get it poppin'. Hear all about the drama. Get the latest news for the shade room. Keep it cute, keep it clean like the maid do. Up to date, we ain't hating, that's what they do. We just giving y'all something y'all can relate to.
Yeah, look, I don't kiss and tell. I know they want the truth. Riri gon' give it to you raw. You know she got the scoop. I guess we pillow talking. Let's see who's stopping through. They got the hottest interviews. Now what that topic do? Now what a screenshots, DM and the facts. You know it's all about to be exposed when we chat. Let's talk about these ratchet assholes and they act. Feel like another cheater's up a soul. Bring it back. We pillow talking.
Talking under that pillow.
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 We pillow talking.
Hey everybody, welcome back to another episode of Pillow Talk Houston, and I'm so excited because starting tonight and other shows we will be going live from YouTube, so y'all will be able to interact, ask your questions, and maybe even be able to join in. So tonight's show, I recently did a show called the Pussi Shack. And it left me intrigued to wanting to know a little bit more about the dancers and, you know, the dancer life. So I decided to do a show and invite a cast member from the Pussi Shack, Egypt, and Persuasion. She will be joining us a little bit later. So I want you guys to welcome Egypt to the show.
Hi. Very happy to be here.
Oh, thank you. Okay, so Egypt, I want you to tell us a little bit about yourself before we get into like the dancing life.
Okay. I'm 24. Oh. I've been dancing since I was 17. The only reason why I did start dancing was because I had a bit of a like situation like Sha'Carri Richardson in high school, and I lost my full ride scholarship.
Oh, so you were doing track?
No, basketball.
Oh, but okay.
But the same
Okay.
thing happened, and I lost my scholarship. Got kicked out of school, had to transfer to a private school, got kicked out my mother's house, and at that time, I was used to a lifestyle, certain lifestyle, and I wasn't going to be homeless. And I resorted back to I resorted to something that I knew I could make some money right now, enough money to still be able
To
support myself. And mind you, I'm in senior year, so I have to pay for prom, senior packages, and on top of that, I'm paying tuition at a private school.
Right.
So 9 to 5 wasn't gonna work, so I started stripping. Got me a fake ID and went to Legends one night, and hey.
So your mother put you out because of the incident, because you lost the scholarship and everything?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it was like pretty much like she put me out, and it's crazy because it would have never happened if she wouldn't have brought it to light.
Okay. So you didn't know anything about it?
No, like the school never knew I smoked weed until she picked up the phone and called the school and told them to drug test me.
Oh wow.
Yeah, that happened. So after that, it was like,
So were y'all like getting along, or like what do you think made her do that? Because I think that would be like, everything that you're doing would have been for both of y'all. Like if you win, she win. Like, that's your mother. So like how would you describe y'all relationship?
she's a Scorpio and I'm an Aries. That should say like,
Okay, I don't know. I only know about Virgos.
okay, Scorpios are very like,
That's November though, right?
yeah, they're
Okay.
very emotional, and Aries are very emotionless. Like we don't, I ain't gonna lie, we really don't give a fuck like about nothing. Like, so she was going through a very like shaky time in her life, and she wasn't emotionally or mentally stable at the point, and she didn't realize to not too long ago that her being emotionally unstable and mentally unstable and making decisions off of pure emotions, and this emotion just so happened to be the emotion of like, what is that, like they're a control freak. Like she wants everything to be in line, and if one thing is out of line, it's like nothing is right. And so with that emotion of her being a control freak, she made a decision based purely off of that emotion without thinking like, hey,
it's benefiting both of us. Like this can hurt both of us.
she's not hurting herself.
Right.
She still was able to get this scholarship, make the grades. What was I doing wrong? I wasn't like a party animal.
Right.
I smoked weed. That's all. I smoked weed to keep myself in check. It was a way for me to keep my mind focused. Because when I smoke, only thing on my mind is what matters. When I don't smoke, other shit affects me. So
it's like a way of keeping you calm.
Yeah, focused.
Right.
It keeps me focused. It keeps me, like, when I'm high at work, like, let's just say, when I'm high at work, if somebody's trying to argue with me and mess up my money, I don't indulge because I'm too high.
Yeah, you mellow, you calm, right?
Like,
yeah.
Like, I'm only focused on
You
making
don't
money.
yeah,
right? It's like,
you ain't got time for that bullshit.
or, like, in high school, I would smoke to keep my emotions. Because, high school, girls get into it with other girls. It's all types of drama going on. I got shit going on at home.
Right.
And I'm trying not to act out in front of everybody.
Right.
Like, I still was going through a lot of stuff mentally. My grandma died when I was 14, and I never got over that. Never got over that. That's really when I started smoking, when I was 14. It was a way to suppress that so I don't act out, and I keep my eyes focused on what essentially me and her wanted.
So at that time, did your mother know that it was because your grandmother died that you turned to the weed? Like she wasn't like, well, maybe you can go to counseling or try to do it another way?
No, she didn't do that. She was only focused on herself.
Okay.
And she was only worried about what she wanted. And so what she wanted was them to drug test me. And they didn't never get to drug test me, but something happened at school, and I was in a very circumstantial situation that I literally could not get out of, because the only thing that they had on me, because when they searched me, I didn't have nothing. But because it's only the girls' basketball team here and the boys' basketball team here, and out these 40 kids, we know you smoke weed because your mother told us you smoke weed. So what
they gonna believe the mama.
So whatever we found in this school at this current moment has to belong to you, because as we know, nobody here smokes weed. You do though. So this got to be yours. So I was referred to the court. And, of course, I missed the court date because I didn't know what any of that means. And I really wasn't worried about it because I was still focused on trying to make money to pay my bills and go to school. And so I missed court, had a capious warrant, of course, and then it turned into some other things. But long story short, I had to pay $8,000 out of my own pocket for a lawyer to beat a circumstantial weed case because it was a felony and I was not going to be a felon.
They gave you a case and they didn't have no weed?
They had, okay, something was found in the classroom.
Okay.
But at that time, it was after school, basketball practice, girls team, boys team here. We know y'all all been in and out this room, but your
mama, your mama
say
right.
you smoke weed.
So we gonna give it to you.
We gonna say it's yours because we gotta pin this on somebody because somebody done brung it to their attention. So now they gotta do something about it. And so, and everything after that, kind of like my life was going straight. I had everything together. I mean, I was.
So nobody introduced. Well, okay. Before that, like, how did you feel when you found out? Like, because I know they had to tell you, like, your mother called up here and said that. Like, how did you feel? 'Cause that's.
I ain't gonna lie. I felt betrayed.
Yeah.
I felt betrayed. I felt like I had like 30 different emotions. Betrayed. I was hurt. Like, still to this day. Like, I don't even want. Like, it still hurts me. Because I never wanted to be a dancer, ever. Like, I was always like the pretty one, like, but I was focused. I wanted to go to school. I was that person who Monday through Friday, I go to school from 7 in the morning to 7 o'clock at night. School lets out at 2, but I have practice after school. I got club meetings, choir practice, whatever. Like, I was doing multiple things on top of playing basketball. Summers, I didn't have summers. I was playing basketball.
Right. You was focused on
I was focused on the goal. And when that happened and I was sitting at office and they were asking me if this was mine, and I'm literally with tears rolling down my face telling them it's not, and they're telling me they cannot believe me because of what my mother called them and said, and it's documented that she called in and said that, I literally, like, I was depressed. I was depressed, hurt, betrayed. I felt like she was weak. I didn't understand, like, and then all of that, when that happened, the memory, like, the feeling of my grandmother being gone, it, like, rushed back. Because, honestly, my mom was a dancer, too.
Okay.
So, growing up, my mom was there financially, but she was not there.
Physically.
Like, she was physically there, but, like,
the times when you needed her, she wasn't
the
there.
time, my grandma spent more time with me than my mother. Because she was always working. And there's nothing against that. I don't fault her for that. There's nothing wrong with that. I'm not saying I disagree with it, anything. But I was going to church with my grandma. My grandma was taking me to school. My grandma was picking me up from school. We stayed with my grandma. At one point in time, my mother had an apartment on Broadway, and we were staying in Pearland with my grandma. So for the most part, my grandmother was my mother to me. I get all of my thoughts, feelings, the way I act,
upbringing.
Everything comes from her. Like, every time people see me, oh, you remind me of your grandma. They never say, you know, you and your mama was like twins. They never say that. So when that happened, all of those feelings came rushing back, and I fell into a deep depression. I graduated high school, but I did not walk across the stage because I was so upset, and I knew the one person that I wanted to come was not going to be there. And then the person that was supposed to come, she wasn't going to be there either. So it felt like, what am I walking across the stage for? I got my diploma. I did it. I know I did it. that's all that mattered. But I did fall into a year-long depression of me doing tabs, XOs, smoking a lot of weed, working every day. Like, you see how, like, thick I am now?
Mm-hmm.
I was 120. I started off at 160 and I was 120. Small as shit. That is very small for me.
I was that much at one time. But
Like, I fell into a really deep depression. Acting out, being around people I wasn't supposed to be around. Just doing all types of shit because I was so depressed. And I was like, fuck it. Since I'm going to live this lifestyle, I'm going to live this lifestyle. And after that, like, yeah, I didn't really change until I had my daughter.
And that's what I was going to ask you. So you got introduced to dancing from your mother then? Because that's what I was going to ask you. Like, how did you even know to, like, you know, like, this is what I'm finna do to get the, you know, to get the money that I need. And so, okay, so you started stripping and then you had your daughter.
I just had my daughter at 22. So from 17 to...
So I think you did good. I think you did really good.
17?
You should be proud of yourself.
Yes.
Because, like, it's girls out here that probably would have had, like, 3, 4, 5. Like, they wouldn't have graduated from my... Like, you know what I'm saying? So I commend you for having the strength to keep going.
Yeah. Yeah, like, from 17 to 22, I was wild out there, hoeing, dancing, doing all types of crazy shit. And I really did not get myself together until I got pregnant and met a man that, like, changed my life. He was something different. He was something new. He's given me, like the strength and even, like, some of the confidence that I carry around now. Because before, I was very broken. Like, I wouldn't even, like, talk to my mom like that. Like, it was like, and if we would talk, we would argue. And then I'll fall in depression again. It's like, why? It's like, do you hate me that much?
Yeah.
But I don't want to keep talking about this.
I know, right? I'm sitting up here like, oh, my God. I don't think I ever cried on the show before.
Yes, please.
Okay. So you had your daughter at 22, and then you met a man, and he changed your life.
That is my baby daddy. That is the one that changed my life.
Okay. So are y'all still together now?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
I like that. Okay, that's good. Okay, so you first started dancing at Legend. So tell me, like, what was it like your first night? Okay, like, was you nervous? Was you, like, did you, okay, because you know how we did in the Pussi Shack, you know, Tamila didn't take a drink, but we showed Stoney, like, you know, you know, doing, you know, what, you know, some of them do or whatever. Like, was it the girls, like, were they accepting to you? Like, come on, we gonna show you, like, give you outfits and, like,
no.
Oh, so we did the Pussi Shack wrong then.
Oh, man. I mean, it's like that now. Now everybody's, like, nice. But when I first jumped into it, it was some sharks in that bitch. Not gonna lie. Like, I jumped into an era. When I jumped into dancing, this was 2015.
Okay, so wait, so I want you to take me through the day. Okay, so how did you know, like, Legends was the club that you wanted to dance at, or you just went there, like, just to see?
Somebody, I had a friend that was a promoter, and I asked him, I said, you know, what clubs is, like, popping but low key?
Right.
And at the time, it was Legends.
Where's Legends at? I feel like I heard that. Is that on 59?
6333 Richmond Avenue.
I know I heard of that. Okay, 'cause
right across the street.
Open.
Right across the street from Roxy's, where Roxy's used to be at.
Okay.
It's right across the street. Like, my first, like, when they told me to go there, you know, I got the fake ID, paid for it, and went in, bought me shoes.
Okay.
Bought all of that, because I had a job, but it just wasn't.
Right. Okay, so you did actually work. Okay,
yeah,
but
it wasn't. It wasn't enough.
Right.
So, went in there, you know, went in my first night. I walk in. It's a whole bunch of Memphis hoes there. Like, when I say Memphis hoes, these hoes are real hoes. And they will tell you that they are real hoes. They have no shame in their game. They got
like
pimps.
no morals, like
No, nothing. This is when like all the pimps used to sit at the back of the club of Legends, and Legends actually had like VIP sections, and these bitches would sit at the door, wait for the niggas to come in, and be like right before they, like right there when the ATM, because ATM used to be right there by the door. They used to meet them at the ATM and take them straight from the front door to the VIP.
God damn.
Yes. So when I walked in, I was like, okay. And you know, everyone's like, oh, you're pretty. How old are you? You know, my lying ass at that time, 21.
You better say 21.
My lying ass at that time, 21 or whatever. And so, like, they really, like, ignored me. Like, it was a lot of stepping on my toes, trying to take customers from me. Like, it was all of that. It was a lot of hazing going on.
Yeah,
like they don't haze these bitches no more. Now you can just walk in a club and pay a motherfucker, and now you on a bag automatically, and everybody's your fucking friend. But like back then, like you had to work. You had to really like prove to everybody in the club
that you
can hold your own.
Right.
Can't nobody just run over you. Like, I had all types of shit coming at me. I had DJs coming at me, trying to pimp me. I had actual pimps coming to me, trying to pimp me. Like, that's... like.
How did you handle that?
The pimps?
Yeah.
Oh, the only thing you can do is, like, really put your head down and walk away. Because if you interact with them, that's what they want. They want you to say, get the fuck out of my face and do all that. They want
Why they want you to do that?
Because back then there were gorilla pimps, and they feel like as soon as you give me any type of conversation or reaction, I got you. Now they could get in your face and try to down talk you, or as they say, break you down. Like they'll get in your face like this close, girl, like about to kiss your ass.
And be like, what? Like, bitch, you finna...
Bitch, you this, and that. You ain't nothing but a $2. Look at you.
And they think that's supposed to make you want them to be their pimp?
But it does. For some reason, 99% of strippers are weak-minded women. A lot of us are very weak in the mind. And that type of shit attracts them. Niggas putting them down, degrading them, that shit attracts them. But I actually had one girl tell me, when such and such or these pimps get in your face, don't say nothing. Ignore them and walk away, because they're not going to touch you. They're not going to grab on you unless you raise your head up and look them in their face or try to give them a reaction or try to talk back. But as long as you keep your head down and basically go on about your business, you be good. And that's how I dealt with that. But the DJs, it was kind of hard because they would try to, like, fuck with your money. And when I mean fuck with your money, because you don't want to pay them, now you're not going to get on stage at prime time. Or if I see somebody up there tipping you, I'm going to take you down real quick and stop your money. Like,
so you would have to not only, like, pay the tip out, but pay the DJ, too. Is that?
I mean, you pay DJ tip out regardless.
Okay.
But after a minute, after they see that, like, you ain't with the pimping shit, because some of them want all the money. Some of DJs.
The DJs?
Some DJs are pimps too. Yeah, some DJs are pimps too.
Okay, so is it true? Okay, because you know, like when we was at Truth for the Pussi Shack, and you know we was waiting on everybody to come, and you know Pinky was there, and she was saying that you have to be in good with the DJs or either fucking with the DJs in order to get on the main stage.
Yes,
that is true.
That is very true. That is true. You either got to be paying one of them or paying a large amount in DJ tip out. Either or.
So wait, okay. So when you say tip out, so tip out is paying, because I don't know. Some people may not know, so I need to ask these questions. Okay, so tip out. Okay, so I thought tip out is like when you tip, like it's a certain amount of money that goes to the club, but that money goes to the DJ. Okay.
When you go to a normal strip club, like a normal urban strip club, and when I say urban, I mean black.
Right.
When you go to one of those strip clubs, you pay your tip out, your regular tip out, which is paid at the front door before you even enter the locker room.
Okay, so that goes to the club.
That goes to club. That might be between $100 and maybe $200, depending on the night.
Okay.
Then after work, when you're done making your money and we
Okay.
sit down and we get our bags from the club, you have a house mom tip out. That's because the lady that sits in the dressing room, she supplies all your body sprays, wipes, gum, curling irons, brushes,
Okay.
tape, whatever you may need.
Okay.
You pay her.
Okay.
And then you pay your DJ. Now, your DJ tip out could really be whatever you want it to be. But if you expect to get on stage during prime time and actually make money in there, because you can make money on the floor. Nobody's saying you can't.
Right. But you need to get on the main stage to get the make it rain and all that stuff.
Yeah, if you want the make it rain money, the money that you don't have to work that hard for, you're going to have to pay a nice DJ tip out. And that could be from $100 to $200. And
per dancer.
Per dancer.
Ooh. So they making money too.
Oh, yeah.
So how much, like, the for the mom, the house mom, like, how much would you say the tip out would be for that?
House mom tip out is like $20.
Oh, okay.
Unless you're, like, buying, like, snacks and outfits. Because a house mom be having everything.
Okay.
She'll have shoes, snacks, drinks.
Sometimes
sometimes have alcohol there, back there. Outfits, tape, lashes, earrings, whatever you may need. Most of the time, the house mom has it. So your tip out is originally $20, but of course, if you get all of those other things, it's like separate charges, and then she'll add it up and you pay at the end of the night. But that's usually it doesn't go more than like $100.
So like on the average, like for like the total between the house mom, the tip out, and the DJ, maybe like $300 or $400.
Yeah.
300, about like three.
Yeah, I'm not even gonna lie. For me, especially on the weekends, because I'll pay my tip out, but I get to work late. I get to work at like 2:00. So my tip out would be like $200.
Okay.
And then at the end of the night, I pay the house mom, like, depending on, like, if I didn't get an outfit that night, it's $20. But if I did, it's probably gonna be like $80. So that's $280 right there.
Right.
And then I have to pay my DJ $100. Like that's already sketched in my mind that I have to pay the DJ $100 because I do, for the most part, make sure that I get on stage during prime time. So that's $100. So right there, we $380 in the whole.
Yeah. So I was right then, about 3, 4.
Yeah.
Okay. So tell us, like, what is prime time? What is prime time?
Prime time for an urban black club is 2 to 4:30, 2 to 5.
Yeah, that's about right. Because when the club is over, you got to give them time to get there. Some people like to get there before the club is over so they can already be in there, have their little spot or whatever. Yeah. So, yeah, that's about right. Yeah.
And that's when, everybody's throwing money. The stage is lit. The club is lit. Everybody's having a good time.
Yeah.
That's when the most money is thrown during prime time.
Between 2 and 4:30. Okay, so, like, are the girls, like, do some of the girls, like, have sex for money? Or, like, is it just strictly? Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, but not inside.
But I just need
not inside the club. Like none of the clubs I work at, girls are doing it inside the club.
Okay.
I mean,
they doing it after. Okay.
You do have clubs that
do that, like a
that
special
have
room or something.
Yeah, that have VIPs and shit like that.
Right.
But most of the clubs I work at don't even have fucking VIP. Like, ain't no VIP. You gonna spend this? It's this club is here for you to throw money in. Like, so it don't be no VIP. But some clubs, especially white clubs, have VIPs, and that's what they go do. That's what some men go strictly to certain clubs to do. Like, I can name one club off the top of my head that's what niggas go there to do. It's gold diggers. They go there to do that.
I heard of that one too.
Is
that like on South Post Oak or something? Or?
South Main.
Okay. Yeah, I heard of that one too.
Somebody said, "What about the bartenders?"
Okay, what about the bartenders? Do y'all pay them? I don't know.
Hell no, we ain't paying no damn bartender. That ain't our job. Shit, what gonna pay her for? What's she doing? I bring my own liquor to work.
Okay, what do you think is the biggest misconception about being a stripper? Because obviously, like you didn't want to do it. Like you was, I wouldn't say you felt like you had to do it. So like you're not like I guess like the typical girl who dance, I guess, or whatever. What do you think is like the biggest misconception?
The biggest misconception about what strippers or being a stripper, because we're talking about two different things when you say that.
Okay, well, about being a stripper.
The biggest misconception
give me
is
both.
Okay. The biggest misconception about strippers is that all of us are selling pussy. Let's start there.
Let's get it. Let's start.
The second biggest misconception about strippers is that we're all fucking stupid. They think all of us are fucking airheads. We don't know nothing but how to shake our ass, and that's it. Third one is that all of us are gold diggers. They think all of us are gold diggers. Like, no, not all of us are gold diggers. Outside the club. Inside the club, of course I'm a fucking gold digger. What are you saying? Like, what are you saying? Like, of course, I'm supposed to look for the nigga with the most money, but
right.
But that doesn't necessarily say if I decide to pursue you outside the club does not mean that's what I want.
Right.
But inside the club, yes, I'm a fucking gold digger. Yes. But outside the club, I'm not. I don't care about a nigga's money outside the club. If you want to fuck with me, you want to fuck with me. If you're not, you're not. And now the misconceptions about being a stripper is that everybody think this shit is easy. This shit not easy.
No, it don't look easy because you have to learn all them tricks, all that, for the pole, you got to have your arm muscles and stuff. Like, no.
No, nowadays it's not really about the pole no more. It used to be about the pole. Nowadays it's more about finesse. If you do not know how to finesse, and when I mean finesse, not just finesse these niggas, finesse the game. And when I say the game, the strip club game is all about finesse. How can you move through the most smoothly? How can you make these niggas give you the money without having to open your legs?
Right.
Like, it's all about finesse, and that's what's fucking up the game, because all of these bitches are getting into stripping because they think it's easy and they ain't got no finesse. So since they don't have no finesse and they think it's easy, what's the first thing they do? Open their legs. Fucking these niggas. So now they fucking these niggas, it's fucking up the money. Cause now
they want to fuck. They don't want to pay you to dance.
No, for what? She just gave me the pussy for $400. Why should I throw $1,000 in here? Wow. And these bitches they just jumping off the porch. They don't have no reason. Most of these strippers I talk to nowadays, they mom and they dad are good. Like, not most of them are wealthy, but most of them are like
well off. Like
they
really don't have to. But why do you think they do it then?
Cause they like what I call is a white girl that wants to go to the hood.
Okay.
They ain't never been in no ghetto shit in their life, but they saw it on Instagram and it looked intriguing. So now I want to do it because everybody got in their mind that they're gonna go to the club and make $1,000 a night.
So do you think like the girls who like get their body done, do you think they make the most money versus a girl that has like a natural body, or like does it matter? Or because you do have a lot of girls that are getting their bodies done and then go dance. You do have that.
It really depends, because I used to feel like that. I used to feel like the girls with their bodies done used to make all the fucking money. And then I realized niggas like natural bitches too. What are you talking about?
They do.
Because these niggas that's coming in here throwing this $10,000, $20,000, they bitch at home look like me.
Right.
So obviously they like that in some type of form or way or fashion. So that's when it comes down to you being able to confidently step to the same nigga that's gonna talk to a plastic girl. You gotta step to him. It's not wrong. It's not wrong. It's not wrong.
You can say whatever you want to say on here.
Hey, it's not wrong because I'm gonna go get that BBL soon. So it's nothing wrong with that.
You don't need to though. You don't at all.
I want to do some enhancements. That's what I call them, enhancements.
Girl,
But
you are fine.
Thank you.
And then you still young. Like
I know that's what everybody
you do.
says.
Everybody, you do what you want to do because
BBL for me is essentially lipo.
Yeah,
That's all it is. I ain't doing too much, and what they gonna add back there is mine still. It's no plastic going in my body. But yeah, I used to feel like I do, but now since I'm a more vetted stripper, no, the fuck they don't. I make just as much money, or sometimes more,
then
with my body, with my natural body. Like it's girls at the club down the way. I ain't gonna say the name.
No, you don't have to.
that are plastic, got their titties done, got their ass done, got lip injections, 40-inch hair, all that. And them girls are splitting $3,000-$4,000 stage sets. Meanwhile, I'm at Truth with my natural body making that same exact $3,000-$4,000 stage set by myself.
And that's what I was gonna ask you. But shout out to True because they did let us shoot the Pussi Shack there. G baby, thank you so much. Thank you. But that's what I wanted to ask you. Okay, so like give me like an average night, and then give me like a weekend or a popping night. So on the average night, how much do you make? Average, and then like on a popping night, like the weekends or whatever. Like what's the most like you think a dancer can make?
Okay. I know on an average night, I'm probably gonna walk out like $700-$800, which is okay.
I think that's good.
I still don't be happy with it, but it's like okay. But on a popping night, I'm coming home with at minimum $2,000. I'm coming home with $2,000.
That's what's up.
And that's on a really, really popping night. On a regular popping night, like a regular Friday, Saturday, it's 11, maybe 15. But I mean on them nights where the club is packed to capacity and they got such and such in here throwing all this money, I'm coming home with at least $2,000.
Okay. Shout out to the nails. Can we get Mike, can you get the nails? Shout out to the nails. I love them. They look too long on me, but I love them. Okay, so you are with your child's father.
Yes.
So how does he feel? Or like, what was that conversation like? Or like, well, first, like, how did you meet him? Did you meet him dancing? And like,
no, I ain't meet him in the club.
Okay, so how did that conversation like? Because I know you had to tell him, I'm a dancer or whatever. Like, tell me how that conversation went.
I mean, I told him,
Then he was like accepting and like
he was like, he was like, okay. Like, he was like, all right. I mean, he was like, his main thing was, what did I want to do after stripping?
And that's what I'm going to ask you next.
And I told him that I have 1,000,001 ideas in my head, but the one that I'm trying to move on right now is taking my ass back to school. Well, not even back to school, starting school, going to college. It doesn't matter if I'm going online or I'm actually on campus. It doesn't matter to me. But I actually am going to go to college and get my degree in biology.
Okay. So you do have an exit plan, because that was going to be one of my questions, because like, sometimes dancers, they making all this money, they think like, maybe it's going to last forever, but you can't dance forever. Your body is going to, at some point.
Shit, tell some of these hoes they can't dance forever, because there's some 30-something-year-old bitches in the strip club right now. I thought the age cap was like 27, 26.
Okay, so another question. Have you danced for any celebrities?
Yeah. Hell yeah. Fuck. Of course. Shout out to, DJ Eric, I love him to death. But because I used to work at V Live Houston.
Okay.
The real one, not the one over there on Harwin. I'm talking about the one on Richmond.
Okay.
And fuck yeah. I danced with like A$AP Rocky, Rihanna, Drake, Future, Plies, Boosie. Shit.
This goes on.
Yeah, it's like, and we like when I mean dance, like they've thrown money on my stage set or I've been in their section. There's never been like no private shit, like, but yeah, dance for many celebrities.
Okay, so at what point, like how long do you think like you'll keep? Like, what is your exit plan? Like, when do you think? At what age do you think you plan to exit dancing?
Oh, 3 years. I'll give myself till I'm 27 and I'm done. Mainly because it probably would have been longer if I didn't have my daughter, but because my daughter is already about to be 2 in November, I give myself 3 more years before she can start remembering shit. And I don't want her to remember that, because remember at the beginning of my conversation, the reason I started dancing is because I knew my mama had already did it. And I don't want her to remember none of this. I don't want her to even know it even happened.
So you don't like think at like one point like you'll be like, okay, this when she don't need to know what happened.
No, she don't at all. She don't need to know. She don't even know this. She gonna know the world exists, but she not gonna know that she can come talk to me and ask me about how to do this and this, because I want her to think that I think it's unacceptable. Because just because I this might have happened in my life, but I use this happened because it had to happen. My daughter will never have to strip. I don't care. She would never have to strip. I had to. She won't have to. So because she won't have to, she don't need to know about this.
Okay, what advice would you tell a young female who may be thinking about stripping or going into stripping? Like,
Don't do it. Don't do it.
But what if she feel like it's the only way, like you did? What if she feel like that? Like this is what she got to do. What if she feel like that?
If she feel like this is something she has to do, I still urge her to go try to do it the right way first. Because once you indulge in this lifestyle, it is extremely hard to let go of. It's extremely hard to let go of.
And do you think it's hard to let go of because of the fast money?
Yes. You got to think about it. Even if you're a newbie stripper, a not known stripper, you can make $1,000 a week.
Beginner.
And this is beginner. $1,000 a week. And this is you probably making $400 every night. But still, the $400 you making in a night, people don't make in a day.
Right.
Some people is making $400 every 2 weeks.
Right.
So when you get used to that, even just making $1,000 a week, once you get used to that, it's hard to let go of.
Mm-hmm. I can feel that. I can understand.
It's like, why should I go accept this, bullshit ass money? Because working at 9 to 5, you're not going to get nearly paid as much as you would make as a stripper. You're not, unless you have a real
good one,
professional career. And even then, some of us is making what. Some of us, even then, honestly, some dancers, not me, but I know for sure, some dancers in like Atlanta and stuff like that, these bitches are making $10,000 a night. So tell me, what job, what 9 to 5 can you find that's gonna make you $10,000 in one night? Unless you become a millionaire or something like that, and you own your own business, and then your business hit $10,000 in one day. But you know how much you got to do to get to that. But it's no 9 to 5. That's why it's so hard to let go. We don't want to give up the money. We don't want to make the less amount of money, work the longer hours, Work the harder thing, because the really good strippers who make really good money, we work from 2 to 6. 4 hours. That's it. So we spoiled.
So would you say, like, at some point they would need to have an exit plan?
Yeah. Save your money. Invest in something. Because I know, honestly, in my 7 years of stripping, I've made $1 million. But I don't have nearly what I should have to show for it. In the like, you really got to listen to that sentence. In the last 7 years, I've made $1 million and have nothing that I should have to show for it.
Right.
Invest your money. Save your money. Don't just spend it on the Louis, the red bottoms,
Right.
the Benz,
Right.
the BMW. Don't just
Showing off.
Don't just do that unless you really, really can. Like, for real. Like, invest. Save it. Put it in a business. Get some stock somewhere. Or fuck, just save your money. Dance for like 5-6 years. Save everything and get out.
Do you think, like, it would be hard to find, like, a male companion or a boyfriend or something? Because I know you found, you was lucky. But, like, some of them, like, the guys may not want them to strip or think they hoes, because they strip or whatever. Do you think it would be hard for a female to find, like, a male companion?
Yeah.
Fuck
yeah. I go through it now. He still be thinking I be fucking some of these niggas. I mean, he can think what he want, but I know what I'm doing.
Right.
And deep down, he really do know what I'm doing. And, yeah, it's hard. It was really hard. And let me tell you why it's hard. Because most of us go for the niggas we see inside the club. And we need to learn.
With the money and stuff.
We need to learn that because of what we do, we will never find no nigga inside the club who really love us and look at us as a whole woman. Because you got to think, he might see this woman, this wifey type at home, but once he see you in the club doing what we do, even though he don't probably want to think it, that shit come in the back of his mind.
Yeah.
Like, is she fucking this nigga?
Right.
Damn, they look a little too close. She dancing a little too sensual. That's too much. So, like, that's why I'm not gonna lie. When I chose somebody who was not into this lifestyle like that, I mean, he will go to the club.
That's what I was gonna ask you. Like, have you ever came and seen you dance?
Hell no.
Okay.
No, sir.
He don't want to see that.
No,
yeah, he'd rather not. Yeah.
No, I'm with a 38-year-old man. He do not like, older man.
Okay.
Hell no, he don't want to come see it. He like, that's your job. I'm not coming up to your job. Because I know that's really your job. That's how you bring food to this table with me.
Right.
So, no, he ain't coming to see me dancing.
I only ask because, on P-Valley, Mississippi, her boyfriend, the white boy, he came and seen her, dance and stuff. So that's the only reason why, I asked that, yeah. And he didn't like that shit at all.
Yeah. A man that really loves you is not going to want to sit there and watch that, period. No man that really love you, ladies, listen, hey. Listen. No man that loves you is going to want to sit in the club and watch you take his body. Because essentially when a man loves you, he feel like you are his. He's not going to want to sit there and watch you take his body and rub it against another man. No man that really loves you and cares about you is going to sit there and watch that shit. Now, they will respect it and stay away from it because this is your job as long as you respect them. But he not gonna sit there and watch you. And for the niggas that is in there sitting there watching them, essentially they bums, and that girl is playing for everything. And that money she making, he already know. She bringing it home to him. And he already got it pre-spent in his motherfucking mind about what he finna go buy with her money that she just shook her ass for.
You ain't lying. That sound about right about a bum ass nigga.
What they say?
PS5. Oh, he gonna get the PS5?
Hell yeah. He got in his mind. He was on there. He was up there on Gucci website while you was dancing and getting that money.
Damn.
Talking about, yeah, I'm finna go get this tomorrow.
Oh my God. I really. This was good. This was a good, like, we didn't even need persuasion. I don't think I ever, Mike, have I ever cried? I don't think I've ever cried on a show before. No, you haven't. I think this is what Pillow Talk is all about, because, like, I want to hear stories like this and, get stories out like this, because I think that it can help a lot of females who may be thinking about it or, going through it.
Don't do it. Don't do it.
So I really enjoyed this. Thank you so much for coming. Thank you. Like, I have so much respect for you. Just by hearing your story. I do. I really
I don't do this for fun. I didn't do it because I saw it on Instagram. I did it because it was a swim or sink situation, and I chose to swim.
Period. I mean, what else?
So if you out there doing it and you don't have to do it, stop. And for the women that are out there doing it because they have to do it, girl, get your money.
And have an exit plan. Thank you so much for joining Pillow Talk, and we will see you guys next week, July the 19th. Pillow Talk will be 2 years, so I'm very thankful for all of you that support me, that follow me, watch the skits, watch the shows. Thank you so much, and I appreciate you. And is there anything else that you want to leave off with? Is there anything you want to let the people know, like where you dance? Or
Oh,
like,
yeah. Hold
and
on.
your Instagram. Well, we've been showing your Instagram.
Yes,
but you
right
can give
there.
Me your Instagram too.
Wait.
There you go. Bam.
Right there. Oh, it's right there. So, yes, follow me on Instagram, __ Queen Egypt. I always dance at Truth. You can find Truth at 9834 Jensen Drive on the north side of town, off 59 in Tidwell, with DJ Mike B, DJ NECA, and DJ Trill.
All right. So we will see you guys next week, and thank you so much for tuning in.